I don't know. I can't. I don't even know how to tell. How do I? Do I need the link? I need the link. Do I need the link?
I guess.
How do I?
You're alive.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Wait, we're live. How do I go? How do I do
You
it?
just muted it.
Yeah, but well, we don't want to hear ourselves. How do I? I know. I put the thing on you. Wait. Is it just online now? Are people just seeing
I think you
it?
just posted it.
Hey, wait. What does that mean? Processing archive.
You just
I'm sorry. If anyone can see this right now, like if you're watching what is happening right now, I literally no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. Hold on. Let's see this. If I go here. Oh, that worked. Wait. Okay. Hang on. Okay. I think now I can post it. Okay. Come on, people. Come on in. I just posted it on Twitter. And now
hopefully people join.
Facebook.
I hope. Yeah.
Okay. Live. Come on over.
Maybe Amber will watch it.
I don't think she's gonna. Okay. Do I? Oh, there's people in here. People are commenting. All right, hey, sorry guys, I didn't even know you were like in there. So sorry about that. Okay, yeah, I do need a shave, Andrew Weaver. All right, I had a brutal day yesterday. FYI, I was in. What did I do?
You were on the airport.
Yeah, I
went
to the
airport for 7 hours.
Well, I went to the airport, and I flew from LA to Phoenix, and the Phoenix flight was supposed to leave at 11:40 p.m. and the Phoenix flight didn't leave until 7:30 a.m. So I spent the night in the house because our co-pilot didn't show up. But whatever, this isn't about. Why would you even ask me about that? We're here to talk about Decked. Here we go. It's 4 a.m. here, and I'm so tired. Well, thank you, Tommy. Carrying and then I'm glad you're here. Dom, say hi to Brazil. Hi, Brazil. Wait.
Hello.
Why am I saying hi to Brazil, Rachel Turley? Who else we got? Hi, Crystal. Hi, hello, everybody. Andrew Weaver's telling me shake my head. What's the new plot? No,
I'm a ghost.
It was 4 a.m. for someone else. I was reading the comment. I know that was confusing. All right, let's do it. Ask me things about Deck. I wasn't even able to say everything I wanted to on Twitter. Sorry, I'm a little dazed. It was a little stressful trying to get this on. Will ran upstairs to get my phone because it had
two different phones.
I just got a new phone, so he ran up to get the thing because it needed my Google authentications, and he got my old phone, and then he had to go up and get my new phone. I was meanwhile trying to figure out why this thing was yelling at me. Turns out I'm just stupid, but that's fine. All right, so let's see it.
My glasses.
Someone says, was Chelsea Peter Bell's first? Yeah, I think so. You laugh
Hayward.
like you. I'm sorry. There's a lot of messages. I'm trying to keep. I love the beanies with the holes in them. You guys, with the holes in them, you guys wear for like. Oh, the masks. Those are masks, not hats with holes. They were hats with holes. All right. Let's see. Another deck coming. Sorta. You'll see. When does it come out? Sorta. You'll see. Which deck was your favorite to produce?
2, 3.
I don't know. They're all a pain in the butt.
2 went to?
Probably last December. I don't know if that's like a cop-out because it's so much shorter and it's just like a small thing. But that was a good one. The shoot was good. We did like exactly what we needed today. I remember the second day it got a little stressful. We were a little worried about finishing, but like just one of those things where like sat down with people, realize, oh, we can turn this shot into that shot and like combine that. Alex New, who was the assistant director on that, was really good about just sitting and talking with me about that. So yeah, that one was good. I don't remember anything like terrible, even in the lead up there. I remember like coming home and decorating was fun. I think finishing the song was a little stressful because that was the one where we sung without the back track complete. Like we didn't even have like temp vocals in that we were like mouthing to. We just literally had like the piano track playing, and then Tim and I sang, and then I was choosing better takes from that, and then over that, Tim and I then came in and we dubbed the singing part. Like we just were back in that, actually in the same room, and it was supposed to be so that it would sound kind of like the same if we were hitting any of like the acoustics in the room. But I don't think it mattered at all, honestly. Hi, New Zealand. NYU Film and TV.
Yay.
Yeah, Will graduated from NYU just 3 years before me, right?
Yeah.
He took care of me. He was a senior. I was a freshman. He was really nice. He showed me the ropes. He showed me all the best places in New York to, get knives and other sorts of
sporks,
weapons and sporks. Will Deck become more supernatural like the Snow Monster short? I really liked how it was still quirky. At this point, for me, there's like just one simple there's one end game now for Deck. I'll probably keep doing little things. You'll see there's something coming out within the next couple days. There's a couple things coming out in the next couple days. But for me, it's now about making it a movie, and it's about sort of taking all of those things, excuse me, that I liked about it. I think like it does still need to feel like just this kind of like suburbia story and this small thing, but I do want to bring, the monster stuff and the crazy like Christmas gadgets and the flying polar bear and that kind of thing. So and I have like an idea of how to do that, but we'll see. I just need to like that's now the new goal. So anytime you're thinking about Decked, that's what you want to ask me about. Is how's that fight going? Because I have no idea even like however I'm even going to go about that. So, what powers will Peter Bell gain? None. In fact, if I do a feature thing, he will lose powers significantly. He had too much going on. What's up from Ohio? Sorry. Are there other bringers besides Peter? That's a very interesting question. I'm 100% honest with you. I never thought about that. Although you're triggering a memory. I think maybe somewhere in the sequel, when I was thinking about doing a second one, I'm sort of kind of remembering there being like another dude. Like I was gonna do. Oh my God! Yeah, it was gonna be like Tyler. It was gonna be who played Dinker. I was gonna do a thing where it was like there was this other person. Or maybe that was going to be Deck 3. Maybe that was the first idea for Deck 3, where it was like...
I think that was.
And then that guy was going to end up being the guy who stole the Cheersphere.
That was. Yeah, I kind of remember you making plans about that.
And then that turned into the Hark thing. Yeah, it's weird. I honestly would have never like remembered that. I'm glad you asked that. I'm not sure. I think there probably is, but I don't like the idea of being like... I don't think there's anything to gain by like Peter Bell's like status as the best Christmas bringer. Like, I don't understand what there would be to do to, like, challenge that necessarily. Because that's not what it's about. It's not about, like, being the best one. And maybe that would be the point of that story. But, like...
If you make another one, it could be about another bringer.
Maybe. I totally could.
His mind is so crazy right now.
Trying
to... Yeah.
How powerful is Dinker compared to Hark and Peter?
Ooh.
I would say that Hark is more powerful than Dinker, but Dinker is stronger than Peter, and he's definitely smarter than both Peter and Hark. But I think the thing that Peter's got going for him is like he's got like that humanity thing. I think that's why they like listen to him when he's saying like, "Oh, you go, no, you go, no, you go." I think he is a good leader, but like, Yeah, Dinker's like he's just smarter. He's just a more like together, magical being in my head. I think Dinker's gonna be a girl if I do a feature, as a matter of fact.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean a feature? Like,
If I ever wrote a long movie version.
huh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I? What? I'm not even gonna read that one out loud. Joseph Massamery. Elderly Peter Bell passes on his bringer knowledge to a new character. Possible. That'd be a way to do it. Again, though, like at this point now, it's like I'm not thinking continuing what you've seen now on YouTube since I was 17 years old. Like now, it's like, no, I need to sort of tell this in a bigger, better way. There's millions and billions and jillions of people who have no idea what Decked is. And if I did something new, it would have to reteach what exactly it's about and like fix things and take things that now I've realized that I like about it more so than other things and certain characters that I like more, etc. Like Chelsea would be in it, but not in the way that he meets her in the YouTube stuff. Because again, that's very the YouTube stuff is it's small. That's not the end of everything. That's not the like gospel version of what Decked would be. But yeah, so it's cool like talking with you guys about this stuff because you're very much in that like bubble of what the universe is right now.
Cinematics. Dinker's hat.
What did he say?
Cinematic. Was Dinker's hat a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles hat turned backwards?
Yeah, it was. It was. He brought like options of things that he had on the day when we were putting him in his costume, and he had that hat, and we were like, yeah, that's fine. Just we won't show the back of your head. And we showed the back of his head a couple times by accident. Let's see. Anything else? Who's Justin Bieber CD did you use for Deck 3? That was Tyler's. He brought that, I think. I think he bought it for doing the movie because I wanted that joke in it. But neither of us listened to it. Like, neither of us had listened to it. He told me, he messaged me recently. He was like, so I listened to that Busta Rhymes track on it, and we lied to everyone because it's not good. I still haven't heard it. I still really don't know. But, yeah. What's your favorite part about making the Deck series? Writing the songs, shooting with friends, etc., etc. Usually with anything, my favorite part is when I don't mean to sound lazy either, but the like just imagination part, like the just sitting and just getting to play in my head and listen to other scores for other movies and imagine stuff and imagine like these big moments that I'll never be able to do. Like that's the thing, again, like I mentioned on Twitter, like I wanted to do a thing where you saw Peter, like I had an idea for the Deck 3 trailer before I had an idea for the movie, where it was like Peter's exiled and he, because he sided with Hark for whatever, for a reason, and I wanted to do like this whole thing with the Council of Christmas and like, him seeing Hark get tried and get banished and then he gets banished. Like it was insane. I'm still having a hard time getting a grip on like the what I'm capable of doing thing. So yeah, that's always like my favorite with any of the ideas. That's my favorite part is when I'm just like when I'm getting excited because it's brand new to me. Again, like Amber made fun of me the other day because it kind of goes along with the way I do my song stuff too. When I do the music stuff, because I told her that I was doing the music for this new Deck thing that's happening, and I was like, I gave myself chills at one point because I'm not like, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. Like, especially when I'm orchestrating stuff and I'm just figuring out what sounds good together and like certain melodies and the instruments. So like nearly every single time, I can almost say every single time there's any piece of it that I'm trying to fit in a new way, it's nearly accidental because it's just me playing in sort of a way that I think I want it to sound. I don't hear, not all the time, I don't hear the way it's fitting together in my head first. So like I'll just play something and I'm like, oh man, that sounds nice. I like that. And so it's like in a weird way I get to like, it's almost feels like it's new to me for like a second there, and those moments are fun. When you're like, oh yeah, that rocks. Like just think about that with anybody, with any movie where they're making these big decisions about characters and stuff. Like that first second that someone says, what if we blah blah blah, like that's exciting because that's brand new. Even the person who said it is like, they're still absorbing it. They haven't thought it through 100%. You know what I mean? That's a long answer. I'm sorry about that. Would you use the same music themes in a full feature? Yeah, I would, but that's again one of the... It's like a toss-up because it's like, would I be doing it and I'd be totally in control of it, or would I be doing it and be sort of in control and have a lot of input from, a lot of other people who then maybe say that's not the kind of song that you want to start the movie with, and then it's like, would I even want to make the movie in that case, or would I? Because you also got to trust when people, sometimes when you're hearing that from outside people, there's a reason. Again, the Decked YouTube series cannot be the gospel Bible version of what Decked is. So when someone else is saying, I don't think it should start with that song, with the You Can't Walk Barefoot song. The first reaction to that would be, but it has to. But does it? It doesn't necessarily have to. It could be amazing. It could be a million times better, maybe, if there was some other song that it started with. Is Sammy Clark appearing in the newest Decked? I guess not, because she's super far now, but I figured it's possible. I'm not gonna tell you anything about it, honestly. I'm not gonna tell you anything.
Spoiler alert.
Did NYU see the movie before or after they accepted you? Before. It was part. Sorry, I wasn't clear about that. I made Decked to apply to NYU. It was, you had to show a portfolio kind of thing. And it was weird. It was weird to me because the options were that you could show, 10 minutes collectively of stuff that you've done as a reel kind of thing, or when I say real, I don't mean real as in real, unreal. I mean a reel. I probably didn't have to explain that, did I?
Not really.
Yeah. And I was like, that's silly. I wouldn't want to cut something together. I'd want to show a short story that I can do that I can tell a story in 10, 12 minutes. I think ended up the one that I sent to them was 12 minutes. It was longer than what they asked for, but it worked in some way. So are you? What? So are you date Chelsea, or do you have a girlfriend because you kissed her in Deck 3? No, that was just purely an acting character thing. Yeah, no. Have you thought of remaking Decked with Hark as the main character? Nah. That's what the best thing is about, I feel like Hark is one of those characters where it works to not have to focus on him 100%. That's what makes him a lot of fun, and that's what lets him have the lines that he has and have the opinions that he has, is because he's not our main guy. I don't think so. I mean, it's always fun to think about side story stuff where, you tell a Hark specific story and we get a little glimpse into more of who he is, but I don't think so. You probably were joking with that question too, but I gave you a real answer, unfortunately. Do you care if I use Decked instrumentals in any video if I give you credit? It's not for profit, just for Christmas fun. Loved you ever since Gigawatt, man. Yeah, dude. I mean, that's fine. I'm going to use this chance right now before more people tip out of the stream. I have the Deck music up on Bandcamp now. You can find that link on down on my Twitter, on my Facebook page. It's probably easier to find it now. Or just go to, I think it's domfarah.bandcamp.com. And I know you can just sit there and you can just listen to everything, but I actually did put some time into picking the songs, and it's a lot of stuff. It's nearly everything. The only thing that's not there are some pieces of the backs of the score that isn't even worth listening. It was just piano stuff that, truthfully, I didn't even put effort into sometimes, because a lot of these things were the first one was done under the NYU deadline, and then every single one after that was done under the Christmas deadline, of where it had to get done by a certain day. So yeah, I know you can just sit there and you can just listen to it, but if you feel any sort of little inkling that you would like to have that stuff on your computer, or you would ever listen to it again, the game stuff is on there, which is way more fun to listen to, in my opinion, than a lot of the normal Decked stuff, and there's the backtrack, there's the instrumental stuff, which I like when people listen to, because there's a lot of effort that goes into that, and I'm not a sound mixer, so sometimes you lose details in the instrumental stuff that I worked hard to weave together, and then it sort of gets buried when I sing over it. I'm basically just saying, if you feel any sort of want, maybe give that a buy. I didn't do anything for Patreon. I've really just trying to do the things that I really, really do want to do, and it always helps, and it literally lets me continue to keep doing stuff when you support me in that way. So rock on. My coworkers get to hear Decked every Christmas since 2012. They are sometimes concerned with my mental state because I act just like Peter Bell. Yeah, that's not a good... Just act a little like Peter Bell. There's some good things about Peter Bell you want to act like. He'd be kind of annoying in real life. I don't think I get along with Peter Bell in real life.
Are you going to be continuing?
Dom, when are you going to be continuing with the Spider-Man podcast? We're not. I was literally told by an entertainment lawyer in Hollywood to not do it. Not in a like he was like, you better not, kid. He was like, you really shouldn't do that for a million reasons, and it turned out just not being worth the risk. And there's a million things. We just can't do it, unfortunately. I put the script up for the first episode of that somewhere. I don't remember where I put it. I'll find that. I'll post that again if you remind me on like Twitter or something. Yeah, I posted the script for the first episode.
Oh, the script. I've seen it. But...
All right, decked questions. Let's see. Will there be other holiday films? 2 years ago, I wanted to do a non-decked Christmas short film. I wanted to do it was going to be called Eve, and it was like about someone getting broken up with on Christmas Eve and then ending up in this weird little, not even like an adventure. It wasn't like super magical. It was just like he basically finds someone who's stealing a Christmas tree and accidentally is like helping them, and the people who he stole the tree from are like these crazy farmer people who are, like shooting out their back windows and stuff. And then again, it was one of those things where I was like, I can't make this movie yet. So, yeah, that was. Yeah, I would, of course. But decked is one of those things where it's fun for me because there's a million things I can do. You going to bed?
Yeah.
All right. Good night. I love you.
Good night, guys.
Good night. Tell Will good night.
Bye.
Okay. Did I finish that question? Yeah. Oh, the kid is Will, who is my little brother. Will Rio have a cameo in more decked? Probably not. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if we'll do another live-action decked thing anytime soon. Now watch, I'm going to be eating my words because next year it'll be November and I'll be like, oh my god, I'm going to do a live-action decked thing. But I don't know. Really don't know. Let's see. Did you ever do an Indiegogo-funded decked short? Maybe. Again, I really am, especially since I moved out to California, it's very much trying to think, big picture, like what is the, what's the end game for that? And I don't even mean to sound like, sterile or like clinical about it, where it's like, only do a thing if it's going to like lead to something else. I'm just in a position right now where when I'm doing things, they can lead to other things. So it's like, if I'm going to do that, do I ask you guys to help me fund like a decked short that then could be pitched around and maybe turned into like a way bigger thing, or like a decked it would be amazing. In my head, decked would be perfect with traditional animation. I would want it to be 2D hand-drawn animation, and I think it'd be great. But that's a real tall order. That's very, very much a pipe dream. But I'd love it. So yeah, so is it that, I go on Indiegogo sometime next year and maybe say, hey, I'd love to be able to pay real-life actual animators to do, a 7-minute pitch short, like a proof of concept thing. That's a big thing now. People who are getting, movie deals, they show up with like, what was it recently, that whale thing or whatever, it was like the Space Whale Hunters, where that was just a short, they put a bunch of money into this little short film thing, showed that idea could be cool and could be pulled off, took it places, people went, oh, that idea is cool and can be pulled off because I'm watching it. Yeah, let's make it. It's sometimes easier to do that than just being like, so I'd really like if it was animated and they like Christmas and please give me money, please, I need it, please. So we'll see. It's not a bad idea. What happened to my website? Just was not being used by me. Took it down. I was sick of there being like super outdated information / promises on it. So we just took it down. I was going to do something else, but there's not, again, I don't necessarily have a need for that right now. That's not something that needs to exist because I update on Facebook. I update, there's the Patreon. People get certain update things like the people who do the $8 thing, or there's like a forum that I try to update everybody on. Grammar wizards telling me I look like a piece of bread or a loaf of bread. Rachel Turley says, was Peter Bell bi? I don't think he was. I don't think so. I never thought about it. Maybe. I don't know. I really don't think so, though. You're asking the good questions, the hard-hitting questions. Will there be more animated sequences within the live-action parts? I feel like it'd be interesting artistically to break up the film. I don't know. I never thought about it. Because the thing is, like, the Mr. Star thing was very much a gag. It was very, very, very much goofy and way over the top that he pogo sticks into space and then sings to a star. Like, that's really stupid. It's like that was why that was funny. I don't know. I don't know if there's necessarily like a organic way to mix those together. Or I don't mean necessarily even organic, like a serious way to do that. And I don't mean serious as in, you know, dramatic and like, you know, heavy. I just mean like with working within the actual story that I'm telling and not like that not being a joke, that just being like a way that we're telling it. So I don't know. Never really thought about that. Why is the man in the rectangle talking to me? I don't know, dude. That sounds like a tough problem to have. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up in about 10 minutes. All right. I'm sorry it started a little late too. That's why I'm going more than I thought. I was only gonna go for about a half hour, but I'm sorry. If a big Hollywood man gave you a full butt. Where's this sentence going? Because the chat scrolled down. The big Hollywood man gave me what? A full what? A full movie budget with full creative control. Would you want to make a film live action like the previous ones are fully 2D? 2D. I'm going to be persistent with my Edgeworld thing. How about Deck where Peter gets somehow transported into the Edgeworld universe? That is not even nearly, that is not my decision even a little bit. That is a decision for Mr. Tom Ridgwell. Bought all decked music. Oh, thanks, man. Also, Don. Oh, I keep answering your questions, too. You just said sorry for harassing me when you were 14. It's really fine. I harassed you all when I was 14. I showed my parents' deck back in 2009, and it's become a holiday tradition. I love that. That's awesome.
Mom's came from upstairs, and Mom's saying.
Oh, how's that going? Is it weird? I thought you were going to bed.
I am. I was looking to see if we had milk.
All right. Good night. All right. Questions. Well, what age did you start animating? Oh, I was like 11 or 10, honestly. I started doing the claymation stuff first because of Knox, Robert Benford. And then I started doing Flash when I was like 11 or so, I think. I found that was the program everybody was using to make the animation things I was watching online. Yeah. So what else we got? Blah, 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 blah. Damn it, Turleys. What software did you start on? Didn't have script software until a few years ago. Until probably... No, okay, let's see. That was probably... my junior year of high school. I was probably like 16, 17 when I finally got actual script software as Final Draft. I've been using that ever since. That's sort of like a one that just people tend to use. I edited everything up until Deck 2 on iMovie HD. And when I say up until Deck 2, I mean that Deck 2 was edited on iMovie HD because I didn't know the wonders of other stuff yet. I was like a little afraid to just jump into a new program. And then I jumped into Final Cut, and then that ended up being incredible that I tried that. And now I use Adobe Premiere, which is just, I can't talk highly enough about it. It's just so, especially compared, I'm not going to bash Final Cut, but like comparatively, there's a lot more going on for me with Adobe Premiere. It's just faster, it exports quicker, it's just, it's fun. It's nice. Music stuff has always been GarageBand, and now the good thing, even now, I still use GarageBand because a lot of all of the software stuff that I use that's like extension stuff just works in GarageBand. It just is able to it's an extension. So I use GarageBand as the thing that like records it, but the instrument is coming from like a different kind of software. Will you be at any conventions? I want to meet you and get your autograph. No, not anytime soon. Not till I do something little bit cooler. See, the problem is you guys are all here right now. Like, so there's 94 people in here right now. If I did a convention and 94 people showed up, that'd be pretty all right. You know what I mean? I'd feel pretty good. Unfortunately, that ain't the amount of people that's going to show up. So that'd be upsetting. Let's not even think about it yet. Sarah Shrek says, "Do you ever interested in writing or directing for stage? I understand someone made a deck musical. I was wondering if it sparked anything in you." Yeah, I've thought about that. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what I would do. I don't know what like with deck. Yeah, maybe I think deck would be a really fun thing to watch live. Like to watch people do. I think it'd be really funny. But I don't know. I don't necessarily have a lot of other ideas that I'm like that would have to exist on stage. And if I don't have that kind of idea, there's not really like a reason to do it necessarily. Like I'd have to really believe in a certain idea. Because otherwise I just do a movie. Because that's mainly how I think of stuff. Someone said I downloaded every deck movie at some point and it became a tradition. I meant to say me, but he said for men. I'm glad deck has become a men's tradition. My friend and I were having an argument earlier about what exactly the lyric is in the opening number for Deck 2 right after, so let's sing it loud. Life's a stage and we are the cast. And even though Christmas goes by so fast, we're going to sing just like we have in the past. Whether it's spring or... Yeah. What's the chords that must be Christmas time? I want to play the hell out of that on guitar. It's very simple. G, A minor, C, D. Oh, and then E minor, and then C again, and then D again, I believe. You start messing around in there, you're going to figure it out in that area. And then the la la la's are just G, E minor, C, D. Or instead of the C and A minor. How old is Dom? Dom is 23. Hi, Dom. Jack Howard and Bertie Gilbert do a lot of interesting short films. Would you ever try to get yourself involved with one of them? Or that maybe be a, if they asked me to, then why not situation? I mean, we've all talked and hung out enough time. I mean, me and Jack more so, but now the last few convention things I've hung out with Bertie. I think that there's a certain level where we're all doing kind of different vibe things, but everybody's really like amicable. I feel like everybody gets along. So if there was, maybe I'm not even gonna say that. There's maybe things that we would all be working on, but like, yeah. But I think that, but again, at the same time, I think that we're all kind of doing different sort of things. So it's not necessarily like obvious that it's like, oh, we should totally, but maybe that makes it more obvious, because I truly believe in like people who do very different styles of things like coming together and doing something, because then you get something pretty tight. Dom, do you shit out lasers when you sleep? And do you eat cereal during dinner with your English teacher? Hey Dom, if so, this thing keeps moving. I wish it wouldn't do, like when I scroll up, I wish it would just stay where I'm scrolled. What is your favorite flavor of ice cream? Honestly, used to be, oh, it's hard. I think I'd have to say coffee, generally speaking. I love coffee ice cream. But strawberries in there, and honestly, vanilla. Like, I know that's stupid, but when you get a banging vanilla ice cream, like just vanilla bean. Well, none of my questions have been answered, but it is nice to see you. Try again, Aunt T. I'm sorry, the thing is moving quickly. I'm trying. Oh, man. Would you ever consider Peterbilt doing some other holiday and a special like Halloween, and what would I need to do to put on deck live as a stage musical at my university? That I don't know. You know what? Email me. There's the Dominic J. Fair at Yahoo thing, and I don't really know. I don't really know what we would need to do because there's also like I don't know if I would just give you the smashed together one that the guys did the last time they put it on because it was very smashed together. Like we tried to kind of make it through it. Like he meets Peter and Hark, or he meets Hark early, and then yeah, I really don't know. I don't know. And Peter Bell on another holiday thing. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't done enough with him in the Christmas stuff yet to feel like I need to go elsewhere. Okay. So no new deck this year. No, there's a something. It's a something. You'll see. Yodam, what is Laser Club? What's gonna happen to Dr. Octagonopus' son Randall? All right. Here's what was gonna happen. Muggs, who is Lieutenant Muggs, he's the guy with the mugs. He was gonna be very torn up about the loss of his partner, and just refusing to even do his detective work and just being a real bum. And Bobby, who was the guy in the helicopter in Laser Collection 3, was going to be a bunny rabbit. I don't really know why, I just thought that was funny. And together, they were going to, where Muggs was going to have the idea to pull out Randall's dead body, which, if you'll remember, is only the bottom half of his body. But he's convinced that they can recreate him exactly as he was. And so they make him like a cyborg, but the entire upper half and brain is a robot. And he's like, the whole thing, he's complaining, like, no, they're trying to give him new partners, and he's like, he gets a partner at someone named Ladnar Supanagatko, which is Randall Octagonopus backwards, and he was going to be, he was going to look exactly like Randall. He was going to use the literal Randall artwork. He was going to be this new guy, but he's not Randall. And Muggs was going to be like, he's nothing like my partner. He doesn't even look like him or sound like him. He sounds and looks exactly like him. And then he makes this robot thing, and it's like this weird, just demented robot creation. And he's like, Randall, can you hear me? And he'd be like, fingers! And he'd be like, he's perfect, exactly as I remember him. So that was what was going to happen. And Dr. Octagonopus was basically feeling purposeless and realized he wanted to reconnect with his son and can't laser anymore. I don't remember exactly how it ended up with him. But yeah, there's going to be a whole thing, and he stumbles upon a conspiracy. Ladnar Suppanagako stumbles into the laser file, and finds out that there's this big conspiracy to laser the Earth from the moon. I'm just telling you this now because I really don't think this is ever going to happen. But those were all the ideas, and it could have been funny, but it's a little over. How big was the original plot of Deck 2? I don't really think Deck 2 was different. I really don't remember. Honestly, I think it was always like, because I knew we needed to go to New York. A lot of that stuff, in sort of unorganically is like sort of sizing up, what do I have, who do I have, who could I put in this. And then when it was like, okay, we went to high school together, we knew each other, we both act. I knew that she was going to NYU for acting, so I was like, okay, Sammy will be there. I'm going to be in New York. Maybe I can do like an opening thing at home, but I'd have to get Peter Bell to New York. Maybe he works for Santa now. And that's just sort of like how it came about. I'm pretty sure it was always that way. I could be completely forgetting. Do you have a girlfriend? Yes, I do. I love her very much. Who else? Darren just texted me and said, will Peter Bell appear in the new Star Wars movies? I gotta kill him now because he wasn't supposed to know that. Dom, where'd you get the idea for Han's life card, Stinky? That was just a voice Tim did. Not my idea by any means. It was just a Tim. God, I don't even remember why. I think he just started doing it. I have a vivid memory of being in my kitchen and Tim just going like, no running around the pool, you stinky boy. We were like, what? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm completely skewing that in my head, but I'm pretty sure I remember him just doing it. I don't think we were near a pool. I don't think we were swimming. Yeah. And then we were like, yeah, let's do that. It's funny. Dom, what was your favorite live-action film you made before 2010? It's been more than 10 minutes, hasn't it, since I said I was going to die. 5 minutes. I'm stopped at 45 minutes. I got to call quits. This has been great, though. It always makes me want to do these again, and then I forget for a year. My favorite one before 2010. That's tough. Maybe Decked, honestly, in that criteria. Might be Decked. Yeah. Die Now's too long. I know people really like it, but again, that's one of those ones that had... That movie absolutely could have been like 15 minutes, and I've said it before, but the original idea for that was just like a kid babysitting his little brother, and the entire movie was the rule of you have to invite the vampire in, but like the older brother had invited his girlfriend over, and you forget that until like a certain part where she shows up, and then the vampire has the girlfriend outside and is going to kill her, but like he doesn't want to die, and he wants to protect his little brother, and like vampires outside with their dog was in the backyard and like kills their dog, and it was just like him like tormenting them from outside the house, and that was like the main idea. And I still think that's a cool idea. They did a kind of a cool job with that, I think, in that Fright Night movie, and I sort of remember, and then it ended with like, how else do you do that? Like that would be how you end that movie, or how you do like the final act of that movie is like, you know, he destroys the house somehow, and you don't need to be invited in when there's not a house. So I don't know. Hey Dom, did you know where the Deck story was going from the beginning, or did you make it up as you went? I just had the title. I meant to tweet that. It just started with having the Decked. I was like, I'm gonna make a Christmas thing. It'll be called Decked. There'll be someone getting punched around Christmas for some reason. I had this tune that I was working on that had no home. I was just like had a tune. I wasn't writing words to it. It's like I don't know what I want to do with this. I kind of like the melody. It's fun. And then I was like, oh, I'll do a Christmas musical. And I used that tune that had no place. Made the opening song. And then, yeah, so I kind of made it up as I went. And then again, like with the whole Peter Bell, like then working for Santa, I did not plan that at all. If I knew that in the first one, I would have had a more like definitive ending to that movie where Santa's like, I can use someone like you to go around and help me. And that would have been, a sweet ending. But then it was in the second one. It was then, because during the time when we were about to start shooting the second one, I was like, let's do a Flash game. Or maybe the game was at the same time I was writing the second one, because I was realizing, oh, Peter would go around and have all these like big crazy Christmas adventures. So I was like, I'm going to do like a Flash game where you see one of these adventures Peter went on when he's working for Santa, and he's got his candy cane, thing, and he's beating people up and save the day. So yeah, a little bit just making it up as you go along, but it's not like didn't pretend to know that I didn't pretend that I knew where it was going to end up, though. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like sort of in like a bad way making it up as I go along. It just kind of like turned into stuff as it went on. Dude, you keep asking if I gave you $200 in pure butts, would you say? And you said, can you make a sandwich like with this? Would you even try, or would you just be like, no, dude, this is butts? I'd give it a shot. If you No, wait, what am I saying? If you just showed up and had any dollar's worth of butts, and they were butts, and they were like severed human butts, I would call the police. I'd be very concerned. I'd say, whose were these? And then I'd notice a birthmark on one. And then I'd reach around behind me. And I'd have no butt. Blah, blah, blah. This is why live stream Q&As are bad. None of my questions get answered. Isn't it funny now that's the second one I've seen of someone saying my question's not getting answered? I'm sorry, I really am trying to keep up with it. What was the teacher's reaction to coming back to play Santa for Deck? He said sure. He liked it. He's a good sport, Mr. White. He's fun. He was not like begrudging, like, oh yeah, sure, kid, I'll do it. He was like, yeah, sure, that'll be fun. Yeah, he's a fun dude. Hey Dom, I'm Italian. I wanted to ask you if you ever studied cinema in school, or all that you do, it's from your mind. Oh, you mean literally you're Italian, like you're from Italy? I was like, I'm Italian. Were you trying to like reach me by saying you're Italian? Yeah, I did. I went to NYU. I went to New York University for film. All right, one more minute, guys. I had a decked fan thing planned for this Christmas, and it isn't happening. I'm sorry, Evan. I would like to see that. Someone just said, fuck you. uh, favorite bands? That's a long answer. Yeah, Brizzy's here. Tish represent. Stop screaming blood type, Rachel Turley. Now you got me all flushed. I can't even say your name right. Oh God, these questions are going. Can you sing one of the deck songs? That's a great way to end it. Yes, I absolutely can. I don't have a thing that plays music down here. I don't think there might be a keyboard over here. My basement's a little out of sorts these days. Isn't there a keyboard then? There's not. I don't know how to play the guitar well enough, and there's a guitar there. All right, which one? That's the real question. Quick! What song? I'm not gonna sing about my blood type. Which deck song? Damn it! Last December, someone says. Someone says sing Hamilton. Oh, that was a Turley comment. You guys. Alright, I've seen Last December now a couple times. Sorry, it's going so fast. I don't know how anyone ever keeps up with these. This is insane. Alright, here we go. I'm not guessing the seasons change part. Alright. Oh, last December was nice. A dream vast with embers and ice. Just holding her hand above magic-made land in the snowflakes so perfect like rice. Sure. Oh, last December was nice. Nice assist. You know what I mean? Rice assist. Whatever. Ha ha ha. Banter. Characters. Friends. Oh, last December. That's my Hark voice, by the way. Anytime Hark's ever sung in something when I do the temp vocals, that's the way that's what I hear. Oh, last December was perf. Is that like perfect? Yes. For what is it? Brawling and showing my worth. Very nice shade. Wait, I almost said just holding her hand above magic-made land. I'm on another side note here. That song is so much fun to mess with the word. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe because it's so sweet and like innocent that when you change the words of that, it just is funny to me every single time. Won't do that though. Okay, yeah. Punching and pounding with round after rounding across metropolitan turf streets. Oh, last December was sweet. Don't interrupt me. I have a very important verse. Oh, well, I thought you were going to rhyme with it. Oh, over and over we look with bliss to the times we love best. So, ho, ho, lo, and behold if we reminisce with a good nature to wink to it and a good we can make it the rest. Da-da-da, da-da, da-da-da, da-da. Oh, last December. Do I have to keep going? Oh, last December, so long. Bye-bye. Yeah, fuck you. You were great, and your date will stand strong. Yes, it will. Oh, and though we'll sing now and then, or think now and then, how I saved Earth again, or how her kiss was like one in a song. Nice. Oh, last December, so long, ba-da-da, da-da, da-da, glug, glug, blib, blib, over and over we look with bliss to the times we love best. So, ho, ho, lo, and behold. It's my Eric Nally impression. Ho, ho, lo, and behold, if we reminisce with a good-natured wink to the Christmas we miss, we can make sure this one beats the rest. And there's real strings, and it's beautiful. I'm not going to do the little girl part. That's all you get. This was fun, guys. 5 minutes over when I said I was going to be done, as per fucking usual. This was great. maybe we'll do another one of these sometime soon. I'm home for the next few days. Maybe after I upload this new deck thing, we can all chat again. This is fun. Good night and goodbye. I had a good time. Sorry that was like weird, where there was about just a few minutes there I was just singing in an empty basement. There's a cat down here. Not Rio, though. His name's Max. All right, well, peace out, guys. Goodbye. Merry Christmas.